Right, hello and welcome to the Puncture 41 live stream. We'll be getting started right now. But before we go into this, I'll just give you one of the things I had today. At least get someone who can talk to present this. It gone to HR and they've thrown the comment in the bin.
And by HR, I mean myself. Hey, evening all. How are we all doing tonight? I've gone for a bit more of a chilled, relaxed way of going about this tonight. Evening, Tom. How are you? How are you doing? I hate rooting for the Miller, but I would be grateful if they got something. I agree. I'm clutching at straws, apparently. We're wanting them to do well, but we'll see what happens. You never know. New manager bounce and all that crap could come into play for a change. It'd be nice for it to happen to us for a change, because it never does. So, yeah, it'll be nice. We'll see what happens with that. But it's going to be an interesting week, because come Monday when we do the debrief, we could already know what our fate is. And that, for me, is interesting. Let's put it that way. Because if we know our fate come the Monday, it'll be interesting to say the least, because we know what we're going to be dealing with. We know what's going to be happening next season. We know what league we're going to be in. And as much as I hate to say it, I don't like the idea of having to leave it to fate. But, kind of thing, if we don't turn up, we're going to have to be really interesting. I thought I was watching Phoenix Night with that intro. Cheers, mate. I'm trying to do something a little bit different. I'm trying to change things a little bit up at the minute. With intro, with how I start things. This time next year, I want this to be a little bit more smoother. I want this to be built as a proper little set kind of thing. If I can. A lot of things need to get done. Like one thing, maybe different mic on, because that do my head in. That I can see it in shot and it just doesn't look great. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I've had an interesting week. It's been an interesting week covering Wednesday. Had a little bit of a wobble this week, to be fair. If we drop, I back up to bounce back up League One. Doesn't look as strong this year. It doesn't look as strong as the previous year, but that makes it mean we've got to really do better, kind of thing. Evening, Nat, good to hear you. Good, mate. Evening, Craig. How you doing, mate? I do agree with you. Next season looks a hell of a lot better in League One than it does now. But be wary of the likes of Lincoln. Be wary of the likes of Blackpool if they don't make playoffs and stuff like that. It'll be interesting in that sense, because I can see them really pushing it. Now, it all depends on what Danny gets to play with. Now, I have said that I don't want to talk about if Danny's staying or going, because it's been done to death. I will say that a lot of people did get annoyed with, I've seen people talk about his contract situation. The Star did an article on it today, and I'm just going to bring it up here nice and early. They said they don't know his contract situation. When he spoke to Kicker, which is a German outlet, when it got announced, they said he was on a 2-year deal. I believe that more than I believe anything else, because it's quite reliable. I'm not saying the Star isn't, but it is reliable, and I think there's a lot of people going to be looking at him. And I understand that everyone's like going, he's off. I thought his body language was off a little bit in the press conference, but I also looked at someone who also is a very tired bloke, kind of thing. He's knackered. You can tell he's not sleeping much at the minute. Evening, Dannington. How are you, mate? Evening, Danny. Evening, Kevin. But yeah, mental health check-in. 1 to 10, what's our mental health like, everyone? The 23 people in here tonight, 8 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Tomorrow can be different as well. We have a preview at 12, and we're doing another live stream roughly once all the final whistles are gone in their games. It'll be about 30 minutes or so to talk about it. We'd probably be a whole new squad, at least 7+ players. So depends on whether they're good enough for League One or not. We should be bringing in players to end of the championship for League One. I agree. Top of the tier, top of the world, mate. Brilliant. Good to hear, Danny. We are all Wednesday, aren't we? Yeah, next season, whatever we do, we need to build a squad that for Championship, even if that's in League One. Ipswich did it. Plymouth did it to a point. We were the only ones that was stuck with that kind of mini kind of thing. 8 mate enjoying a beer and off to cope with the family weekend tomorrow. Oh, awesome. You're streaming after QPR evening game or before. What time the QPR game again, mate? I forgot about that one. Remind me what time the QPR game is again, Tom. I might do it after that then. Because I completely forgot about that. Evening, Glenn. I hope you're well, mate. I'm good. I hope family's well too. EFL Championship. What time's that game? Let's have a look. QPR 7. Okay, we'll do it after the 7. We'll do it after the QPR game then. We'll do it after the QPR game then. That gives me a little bit more time actually. We'll do it after the QPR game. That makes more sense. Then we got them all in then, and I might watch that one as well. That makes a lot of sense. It's about 5ish. Right, cool. We'll do that then. We'll do it after QPR's in, and then we do have a better idea with what's going on. You really hope Preston do us a favour there because they haven't been doing recently, and it's been really bloody annoying. This week been interesting in terms of videos on Wednesday because it's been quiet, but it also hasn't been because there've been certain videos I've wanted to make or certain things I wanted to discuss, which I think is better the community side of it. With the 3 wins and Bromley to Huddersfield and the Huddersfield lost to Ipswich. It could happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's at the end of the day, Glenn, right now, I am just going in the moment of what happens because I don't predict them. I've never predicted games. I don't like doing it. I don't like the idea that someone can come and go, oh, look, you got this wrong. It does me head in. So my way of dealing with this at the minute is going to be the whole situation. Let's see what happens. The players know what to do. The gaffer got them up and running a little bit. It's a must win. Got a few quid on Wednesday to win 3-1. Nice. Whatever will be, will be. Exactly what Nat said. Whatever will be, will be. And we have to then just go with what happens next. What happened next could be a situation where we lose a lot of players, staff, kind of thing, but we don't know. Ian and Jazz, a bit late, was stuck in traffic. Boo for traffic. Not fun. Personally, I think we need a holding midfielder, someone with a bit of bite, could be Volt. We do need a holding midfielder. We haven't had one of them for a while. We all thought Momo Diaby was it, but for whatever reason, he's not really been in it. Let's have a look. I think we need Blackburn win, West Brom draw, Sunderland win, leaves us at 50 points, which will have us safe. 50 points may not have us safe, but we'll see. Have Plymouth appointed a permanent manager? Nope. They got their director of football as their manager till the end of the season, mate. Unless you know something I don't, but I don't think they have. For me, take one by one. Yeah, I think we've got to go with the old Darren Moore way of thinking of going one game at a time, one game at a time. Let's get one game done before we go on to the next game, And I think that's how we've got to do it. If we don't do it that way, we're going to really, really... I don't want us to get too high. I don't want to get too low. Because even if we win, we'll get really high and we'll get really gassed like it's... that we can do it. We've done that all season. But there could be a situation come Monday for the first time all season we're out the relegation zone kind of thing. And that's the way you've got to look at it. Let's treat each game like it. You kind of got to treat it like a cup match. Good segue, actually. I think what the FA and the Premier League have done is disgusting with the FA Cup stuff. I think the response from the EFL is absolutely pathetic. It really is. The replays of the FA Cup are crucial for lower league clubs. It's the difference between having a payroll system that's beneficial and makes you be able to be a bit stable. And I think it's ridiculous that it's all this whole notion of going, oh, there's too many games, there's too many games, there's too many games. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to play this too many games kind of thing, it does my sodding head in kind of thing. Because for me, all these managers that are saying it too, like, oh, it's this and this, you're ruining what the FA Cup is. The FA Cup is the kind of thing where, say, a Macclesfield or Mansfield Town get to the semi-final because they got to a replay and get to play at Wembley. The magic of the cup is these it does my head in. It's not over until the fat lady thing, so if someone could sound his shut to even boil up, please, that would be appreciated. Yeah. It's because the Premier League is the best, the quotes, because it's absolute bull. It's not the best, and I know what you mean in quotes. It's the best. It's not the best. It used to be. It used to be the best. But you got managers like Brentford manager Thomas Frank going, oh, it's too many matches. If you didn't have an FA Cup kind of thing, you'd be completely and utterly screwed. Because there were FA Cup runs that helped you during the time where you were, kind of thing. Very valid point. Even if we win every single other result perfectly goes our way, we're out the bottom three. We're not yet out of this. Yeah, that's the thing. If results go our way, and we can get the win, if possible. Got to admit, there's part of me that wants us to get the bottom on the last day. Premier League, ECL, can't match the elephant team. No, I think that's the thing. It's what annoys me is all these people who are going, oh, it's great that it's gone kind of thing. And like saying it's too many games and stuff. Well, you just got the winter break kind of thing. At least not having replays, stop promotion chasing teams or relegation battling teams having more games, but on the flip side with bigger quads. Yeah, but mate, the difference is though, mate, more games on relegation promotion side. If you're relegation side, that's more money to like help you next season. Ian Barry, I think the whole replay situation is what makes the FA Cup the FA Cup. Knowing that you could have someone who goes and gets a draw at, say, a Man City, and then takes them back to their place and beat them and get through to the next round of the Cup. I think the idea of a replay system is beautiful. Yes, it's a lot of games. Yes, we complained in the past where we don't want to have an FA Cup run because we don't want to have that thing. We wouldn't have had, without the FA Cup runs and stuff, and without replay, you wouldn't have some of the really good stories that have been written in the past where teams have gone on to go do perfect, like, just fairy tale kind of things and give them that extra income. Like, scrapping it from round one is ridiculous. It's all it's going to be with that now. It's going to be a load of Premier League clubs in round 3 and 4 done. Kind of thing. It'll be just how it is. Let's be ruthless, please, this weekend. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think we've got to be. I think he's really got to be ruthless this weekend. 38 viewers, 11 likes up, people. Much appreciated. Bradford. Yeah, Bradford is one of the sides that, without a cut run, could have killed them. Like, generally. The cut run bring in so much money for other clubs. I find the FA Cup boring. Once it gets to the semis, I don't really care. It's just a big thick club. I think the thing is that a lot of it's like saying it's the big thick club, but there's a couple of clubs who have actually turned around and said and agreed with what's said. The bigger cup match for smaller teams will be in their own yard, or it's on TV, get shared. The gate routine. Exactly. It's like this weekend game with Blackburn. I think we get a huge chunk of the gate, the TV right for this game. We get a huge chunk of the TV right, which is good for us because that helps us. That's more into the pot for next season or whatever. I think the whole system with the FA Cup, I want Sheffield Wednesday to come out as a club, like other clubs have done, and go, we are against what the FA Cup is doing. I doubt we're going to do it. I doubt that we'll do that at all. I really do. I don't expect Sheffield Wednesday to put a statement out. Or if they do, they're going to put it out way too late when everybody else has done it. And I've got this thing that I like the FA Cup to a point. I do get annoyed with it once it does go to the semis like you, Tom, because it does seem to be the top 6. But it'll be interesting to see how they make it work. But also, my thing, if you're going to have this thing where we're not going to have replays anymore, the EFL should be turning around to the Premier League and say, right, we're kicking you out the under 20, your Premier League under 21 now, kind of thing. I don't know what you mean. It's not fair on smaller clubs. It could be financial problem for more. Oh, I can see more clubs going under because of it. I really can. I can see more clubs going under because of it, because the money that brings in for some clubs is huge. Like, let's just have a look what the FA Cup money is this year, because we did it on the 70T review show. Hang on. FA Cup money. Because I think it's ridiculous. Like, say if you get to you're in the 4th round, right? Right, say you get to your 4th round winners, kind of thing. It's now let's get to right. Say you get to 4th round winners, it's 120,000. Get to the 5th round, it's 225,000. That's a lot of money for certain clubs. If this was last season, that Newcastle win at home wouldn't have happened. No, it wouldn't. Exactly. I'm not going to call you Crimson. That's easier for me. Sorry, mate. Norcus Crimson, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, exactly. You're 100%. That wouldn't have happened. I don't think you would have been able to do some of the stuff that we had there. You wouldn't have that magical thing. And it annoys me that they're going down this route, and it's all money. A lot of it is to stop basically the FA is in a shit ton of debt. As long as the Premier League clubs are okay with a joke, as long as the Premier League are okay, what a joke. The lower league clubs are the bread and butter of the English football. Yeah, I agree. We do the 72 review show on 18 Dapper channel where we cover all the 72, and it's interesting. I think it's No Cricket Crimson. Thank you. I'll try that. No Cricket Crimson. I'm really struggling with my words tonight, so apologies for that. Does well. It goes on brand to the person today. If you see that message on the press conference, DJ's response is really good. Last season and this season, when we were played Fleetwood and Coventry, respectively, we prioritised the cup. In theory, we could have been playing Man U this weekend. Yeah, exactly. The FA Cup is on TNT next year, isn't it? Yep, there's no more TNT next year, so it's all gone to paid, the FA Cup. So there's no FA Cup on BBC or ITV next year. And it's sad. No, you can't get somewhere. Now can you get someone who can talk to present it? Fuck off with that absolute cock in the comments earlier on one of Jake's video. Evening worker, what a way to make your appearance. Evening, mate. I hope you're well, mate. I held back a nicely shiny 20p for him, just in case. You know what? I've hit that point in the season, and I've hit that point of doing this channel where I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm not good at. Yeah, I mess up some lines, and it did my head in, and so I replied back. If you haven't heard what I replied back, I will tell you what I replied back because I screenshot it. Hang on. That's my little boy looking dapper. I replied back going, "Hi, welcome to the channel. Your complaint had been noted and moved into the trash. Please do better. Kind regard, Punk Chef 41. I'm not too bad, GSWC. How are you? Is that Nat Jess? It's, I think it's JJ. Who was it? JJ71 or something like that. Thank you, Alex. I much appreciate that. Notice how all the delays are getting fast-tracked now for the independent regulator coming in. Yeah, it's all getting done. Worko, how did you enjoy Fallout? I liked that he's replaying the games. Laura Woods is a good presenter on TNT Sport, but the FA Cup needs a Lineker on BBC. I agree. Just completed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Awesome game. Not played that yet. What with the rumours about new kit manufacturers? I see. Yeah, I've seen this Yeet Beat. I'm not sure because I heard about this a couple of days ago, and from what I can gather, apparently he wants to go back to making his own kits again. Which, okay, if that's the case, and remember, it's a rumour. But I generally thought we had a long-term deal with Macron for like 5-8 years. Kind of thing. Hey, Alex, how you doing, mate? When a chance of doing Elevate reunion tour again. That good, I like that. FA Cup on TNT's last season that set the blade on the Cartoon Network. Won't give you any spoilers. Cheers, mate. Much appreciate that. To be fair, I think Macron have been me. I like the Macron kits. I won't lie. I do like the Macron kits. Comedy Central. We are staying up. I hope so, Alex. I hope so. Absolutely love that. Jez. I think for me, the kit situation is going to be interesting because I don't think it's going to sell well next year. Because a lot of people will go, well, we're not buying kits and we're not buying tickets. And I think you're going to see more people use their wallet to walk away. The away kit this year is lovely to fair. I hope next year's a good. I like this year's away kit. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of the off grey, but I do like it. I think me and Deck both said it's very streetweary kind of thing. I like the make Newcastle as well. Oh, is that Castrol or something like that? I know it's the oil company, but it's something of that nature. Kind of thing. That was weird. Hummel had done Sunderland new kit, got leaked a while back. It's amazing. I do like Hummel kit makers, to be fair. I do like that. Just got this awful feeling we might collapse at Blackburn. Go first on Sunday. Might happen, Jack. You never know. Easy, mate. Just mind we're not talking about we're all going. Content has been done. He's here till the end of the season. We'll see what happens. Yep, I agree. I hope we get new sponsors too. Oh, we got to get new sponsors next year because it's ridiculous. Do you think the relegation battle will be on Guy or it'll be title race, mate? Glenn, it'll be a mixture of title race, maybe promotion. I don't think it'll be on Guy. I just got this funny feeling that it might. It depends if it goes into how long it goes into. I think they're going to focus more on the title race than the relegation race. We do a remake of the 96-97 shirts next season. I love that shirt. You can get it on Football Terrace. No, the Terrace or something like that. The Terrace. I know it sounds negative, but I think we are down. But a League One tour or two will be fun, in my opinion. If we go down, we have to rebuild. It's very simple. We go down, we have to rebuild. We stay up, we have to rebuild. Whatever happens, there's a rebuild happening. Either way. We have 18 players out of contract. No, that's 2000s. Chubba Chubs. 96-97 was Sanderson's, if I remember correctly. It was the green one, wasn't it? A rebuild needs to happen next year. It can happen either way, GSWFC. We've got too many players who are getting on a bit. We've got too many players who probably need to be shipped out now. Who are the three players who are out of... Who are the three players who are out of contract who should leave in the summer, in your opinion? Controversially, I think one of them's Iorfa. He's not fit enough for it. I'm still not 100% on Marvin Johnson. He can do a job, but I'd probably like to upgrade that position anyway. Even though he had done fantastic since he'd come back. And third one. I think it got to be Dawson, because he needs to move on. The guy from Murdoch Mystery is a massive Wendy fan. I do know that. I do know that indeed. Chansiri, oh wait, you said players. Yes, I did. Johnson, Windass, Famio. Yeah, Windass, if you would have added a bonus, Windass is on that list for me as well. I think it's time for him to move on. We had two solid blue stripes, about a quarter size, and white in the middle. We did. We did indeed, I do remember. Tell Johnson if he wants that. Johnson's interesting. We don't know what his contract situation is. I don't know if it's a year or it was a 2-year. When Paul's contract ends, he'll be the most improved player this season. Well, Paul's contract doesn't end till 2025, mate, which is good. Barry said something and I missed it. Sorry, mate. Valentine, Man Marks, Modix, 100%. Yep. That's the only person he got. Are the Arctic Monty? Some are, some aren't, Glenn. Love Dawson. Let him go with love. Yep, I agree. Beadle is going to stay with us till Jan if we stay up, right? Possibly. I have heard that rumour as well, Tom, that Beadle, if we stay up, is going to be signed again, which is interesting. I've heard that. I've heard something similar to that we could do an end of season jobby with him. Cameron Dawson, I'll admit Jake is pretty much loved and hated by some Wednesday fans. The thing is, there's a lot of players who are loved and hated by some Wednesday fans though. That's the nature of Wednesday fans. There's some players that absolutely love certain players and absolutely hate them. The fans who hate Barry Bannon. They don't like seeing Barry Bannon on the team sheet all the time. They hate it. They don't like seeing Liam Palmer on the team sheet. They hate it. Delphin Dawson and Byers are good in for Division 3. I think Dawson just needs to move on though, Barry. I think Dawson needs to move on for him because he's not got played. He had a little run in when we were in Division 3 last season. I think he needs to move on. I think he needs to do Joe Wildsmith, go somewhere else and get settled. He's a good keeper. He is a good keeper. I'm not saying he's not. He is a good keeper in Division 3. Byers, all depends on what goes on at Blackpool and what they can do. Byers is interesting. But again, Byers is also in the same category as Iorfa. You don't get a full season from Byers. You can't get Byers fit for a full season. That's the thing. Going to put my daughter to bed, guys. Night to your daughter, Alex, and have a good rest of your evening, mate. Cam Dawson for me is loved by me a lot because of the penalty. Yeah, he's a very good shot stopper. When he was at Exeter, he did it very well in that Exeter team in League 2. There are no accounting for some people taste when it comes to players. Yeah, it's like there were a lot of people who hated Newhugh. I, for one, thought Newhugh was good. It was more the stuff Newhugh did off the ball that people didn't notice, but I was in the minority. Hit that like button, please. It is 17 likes to 43 people watching. Blackpool mate said they can't compete with Bayer's wages. Yeah, that's going to be the issue. No worries, Alex. Have a good rest of the evening, mate. Reckon he might go back to Exeter if he leaves? Possibly, GSWC. And generally believe when Palmer scored the goal that it was Peterborough Part 2. Maybe there's another Palmer script to be written. If there is, you're going to get me going mental again. I don't think Charles is ready. So we do need to bring in. We need to bring one experienced and one young. That's the thing. We need goalkeeping position. If you actually look at our squad and what's out of contract in the summer, it's a load of defenders that are out of contract. It's an entire midfield that is out of contract, and it's goalkeeping kind of thing. Goalkeeping is a position we've not really managed to long-term fix kind of thing. Long-term, it's not been fixed since Westwood, and it needs to be. We do need to do that. You're right, DJ. Unpopular opinion, not a big fan of Ugbo. He started on fire now. I think he's just Smith. I think Smith is better. That is an unpopular opinion. I'd keep Cam around if we go down. Maybe Bailey, Peacock, Farrell. I'd like to see Bailey back. I liked him. I don't know, Jez. The part of me that thinks... There's just part of me that thinks Cam and Dawson deserve to go somewhere where he can play week in, week out. Kind of thing. I just feel like there's a part of me that he needs to play week in, week out now. And I don't think he's going to get that in this team. I just don't. Palmer and Bannon, yes, they do. They really do. I hope they stay. We need a long-term keeper. The last time we have one of them, as you just said, with Westy. Yeah, Westy was our long-term thing. And before that, it was Chris Kirtland. We need to have a long-term person for goalkeeper. And any other former Celtic player we can bag. There's a couple, but probably out of our price range these days. We need to really think long and hard about how we sort it out, kind of thing. Ubbo has what we need, but he needs time. Ubbo came in, started really well, but it's also interesting. A front three of Masaba, Kaz and Gassama is exciting for League One. I agree. Doesn't the Rotherham keeper have a 1 million release contract? He does indeed. But he's also said he may stay at Rotherham next season. He's not too sure what's going on. I know Sheffield United are looking at him. I believe Luton are possibly looking at him as well. So it'll be interesting. If Fiedel goes, I like the Rotherham goalkeeper. I've said for a long time we should have been looking at Rotherham keeper. Because he's really, really good. Victor Johansson is a very good keeper. And we should have really capitalised on trying to get him a couple of years ago and just didn't. Dawson had been a credit to the club and himself in previous seasons and deserved to be played first team, but also another club. Big respect to Cam. I agree with that. I'd offer Dawson Plucker. Well, we can't offer Dawson Plucker, mate. Dawson's out of contract. That's the thing. We can't offer Dawson. Dawson is out of contract. Dawson does not have a contract in a couple of weeks' time. This is the thing. I can bring up who we know who's in and out of contract again. Ian and KH. Let me bring this up here. Transfer market. Remember, it's all guesstimates when it's on transfer market as well. Poop. Wow, it's not very clear on here. I don't like the way of doing it. I like to sign that keeper, Horvich, who's on loan at Cardiff. He was at loan. Is he the one who's on loan from... Is he on loan from... I want to say Nottingham Forest? So I forgot about Dawson being... Yeah, that's the problem. He's free agent, so we're a bit screwed on that one. I like the idea. Oh, why is some websites just not mobile ready? Dump me head in. No. Can you? Now it changed the language. Right, there we go. Accept. I thought, am I about to say good night, bro? Good night to mate. I hope you sleep well. I'd like to see that. Yeah. Do you have faith we can do it? I watched the podcast the other day. It really changed my perspective. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, mate. I'm in that kind of thing of going, let's see what happens. It could happen. It's only a point. That's the thing. It's only a point. Kind of thing for me. That's the one, mate. Yeah, from Forest. Keep getting loaned out. Who needs a home at Hilper? Evening, all who's on loan from Forest can't be a big hit. Can be a big hit or miss by all accounts. Yep. I've made as much as I like him. Windass time's up for, but we need out injury prone. We don't need that. Road missed most of the season and this season played up to some light-hearted banter there by K. John, you're going down, mate, with Huddersfield. Evening, John. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. It'll be interesting. I want the big Steve Evans effect. I want to be grasping at straws like I've been told I am by John and another fan. Even though John did it in a nicer way. Because John's lovely. It's possible, okay, but confident we won't. You changed your tune a little bit recently, which is good. But I think you're getting performances in now. A good football film to watch on Netflix. I've seen it, mate. Very good. It's very, very good. Let's have a look. Yeah, this website is all but screwed on tablets. Yeah, it's absolutely screwed. What happened? Did your computer crash again, Jack? Come on, the mighty Millers. You won't see many people hear you say that before, mate. Right. We know who's going back, which is Hendricks, Pedersen. Remember, there's a thing with Pervader. Pervader's a free agent in the summer. What says that Danny hasn't already turned around and said, I want to keep him in the summer, and they're already trying to hash out a deal, even if he had got a little bit of an injury issue. Maybe that's something they can work on. 41 people watching, 18 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Steve Evan Millers. Yep. Thing is, we should not be in a situation where we have that many people out of contract. We just shouldn't. The mighty Millers are rocking listening to radio tonight. This is the thing for me, right? Whatever we do in the summer, it got to be a big rebuild. No, laughing at my mum bought a car from Diners and we going through the service paperwork, etc. with my uncle, and there's a whole list of stuff they didn't disclose. Oh no, that's not good. I hope your mum's doing all right, mate. That's not good at all. I could either see us losing to Rotherham after beating Coventry, and it's the most blues thing ever. Yep. Surely that's not it is the real workout. Pervader, yeah, that's the problem. Pervader very, very injury prone. Kind of thing. I was on the phone having my dinner last time. I was in chat actually. Main thing with Wednesday, need to get our weight build. It is coming down. Our weight bill has started to come down a lot. And I mean a lot. Which is good. Let's take it to the last game and survive, I hope. I'd like, right, the content creator in me is like, that's great, fantastic, let's do that. The fan in me is like, let's not, please. I don't want to do that. We've done that way too many times where we've had to take it to the last day. And it's not a fun day. It's only fun, give me, if you survive. Workout's not good, but I'm basically Johnny Best in Translucent movie nobody watches. It's not fun if you do it. Potato could stay and maybe go to League One, especially if he's settled. That's the thing for me, mate. Pervader's in Leeds. He lives in Leeds. the commute to Leeds to Sheffield is piece of piss. So would be if he went to like a Birmingham or say a Blackburn, like a Lancashire club kind of thing. Pervader's injury might help us sign him, if anything. Left people looking at him injury prone, but he looked great while playing. Yeah, true. So it's been chat with workout. I hate last days survivals. I'm getting too old for that crap now. Yeah, last days survival things are horrible, aren't they, John? And you know what? I wasn't expecting to see you guys down here, but you went and signed Rooney. Is iFollow still available? No, Nat. iFollow is only going to be available for international customers for watching. If you want to watch a game, which will normally be a Tuesday game, it's on Sky Sports. They are keeping the radio presence for the iFollow. That's all they're keeping, is the radio part of it. I'm very about trying to upload the brain onto the internet and perishes in process, so has to refer because again nobody watched the effing movie. Yeah, it has sold out, which is good. More Johnny Depp in Dark Shadows. What KH has said, yes, that is a thing, but I cannot say it or promote it. I'll just say it like that. If somebody wants to become a VPN sponsor, I'll happily promote it. Yeah, that 15-game Rooney tour had killed us, really, and all we needed was an extra 4 points this time and we'd be fine. Yep. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. You would have been. And then again, you've had the whole situation. You have no idea what's going on with your manager next season. You don't know if Tony's going to be here or not. You don't know if you're probably going to be keeping Gary Rowett. You could be shopping for another manager this time next season. I asked Web Insider where Worko was born. He told me he wasn't born. He was knitted. Do we know why Fallout London is postponed? We do. Ask Worko. Worko, your time has come. Talk about Fallout London in the chat if you want. I agree with you. Let's not make predictions about the last 3 games. Who knows? Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm not predicting. No, there's no point. And it all depends what it's like on Monday. Monday is the whole situation. Monday's going to be... We'll know more where we are and what it's going to be like to the end of the season. Monday. Literally. Wait, does that mean that I'm basically becoming Dig? All these different original stories. Work OP on the code. So got Rotherham, got Steve Evans. We were never going to get Steve Evans. Steve Evans would never come here. And he would never have been on our radar. He's not the kind of person that will be on Chancery's radar. Bethesda, yeah, I'm going to leave that. I can't see Moby coming back, sadly. My money is on the Will Die guy, probably for... Butchered his name. Isn't he linked with the job at also... Isn't Will also linked with the job at Sunderland? Because I know him and Danny's name keep getting linked at Sunderland, kind of thing. My mum native work, I know I want to do it. I love a good origin story too, mind you. I'm the giant chicken. It's good to see that everyone's in high spirit tonight, though. It's really good to see that everyone's in high spirit because we need it. We need it. We need to be in high spirit because it's going to be a tough end of the season. I think once May 4th is done, I'll be happy. John, do you have a soft spot for Wednesday? He's just somebody who's always come in and follow my content, and I much appreciate it. John is one of the people who like to talk football. And he's in a lot of people chats and stuff and talks. And the thing with John, he's very respectful. He gets it. He can do banter. And that's the thing. Some people can't do it and they can't do banter. All they want to do is hate. John's been in here a couple of times where we've had issues with certain fans who had a go at him because he's a Birmingham City fan. Anyone welcome along the nice. There you go. And John's always welcome. Mum, can we have workout? No, we have a workout at home. Oh, God, that sounds like a Fallout reference as well. John has a soft spot for Jake because John and Jake are lovely people. Yeah, thank you, darling. That's the thing. I will happily have people in my chat who are lovely, respectful, have a laugh. What I can't deal with is people who come in just to cause trouble or just watch it and then go, this is crap, or go, I'm not watching that because I support such and such, or go, oh, look at you, Wendy, this. I can't be off with it. Life's too short to be dealing with absolute wankers to put a fine tooth code on it. Sunderland want to still guy just after when we got sacked. They did, Craig. They did. And they couldn't do it. The only reason they couldn't do it is because of the Thai guy was still having to sort out, I think he was sorting out his coaching stuff. But also, did everyone notice that Kieran Westwood is now is done his, I think it's UEFA B coaching badge kind of thing? What is my story about becoming a Wenty fan? My grandma was a Wenty fan, and so was my dad, and I just followed it from there. My grandma actually lived near Bramall Lane on the same street as my granddad, and they never met each other until they got older, and then got married. But my story is family. My grandma and my dad were Wenty, so I got dragged into the whole kit and caboodle of Wednesday. Luckily, I'm old enough to have seen Sheffield Wednesday in the Prem. But I'm also old enough to have seen multiple relegations now, which is annoying. How old am I this year? Yeah, that's scary. Let's not answer that. I think the worst are the fans who get personal with Jake. Banter is banter. Can't even a little hate as long as it's just club. I can't deal with getting personal at Jake. That's where I draw the line. Yeah. Old. Cheers for that, darling. Yes, I'm old. Yes. Old. Did we see the club? Yes, I did see that. It was weird. I tweeted it and went, what the fuck? I did see that thing with Stephen Taylor. It feels like they spent all their money on the announcement video, and that was it. It was odd. It was really weird. Oddest thing I've seen. Let's hope no relegation added to this season. Same. Nice. What's it like seeing Wednesday in the Prem? Always have people older than me. Fun. Very, very fun. We had some very good players. One of my players in the Prem was Peter Rudy. I thought he was awesome. It was fun. We had some really skillful players. And we could always compete with the club for it. But back then, you signed players who were like 1-2 million, maybe 3 million. You're like, that's amazing. But it was fun. It was really fun. Why are the Prem complaining about fixture congestions when they have long enough engaging pre-season tours? Good point, Yeet B. Oh, well, they're going to complain even more next season because now they've got rid of replays kind of thing. Now they've got rid of replays. They're now dropping the winter break. And I still think the winter break is something. I typed that before you asked how old you are. Did we see Cam Dawson get the badge in at the sponsorship last night? Yes, we did. I thought that funny. Hold on. I need to go up. I need to do that for a while. We get to see DiCanio knock the ref out. Also, on that was all fucking Nigel Winterburn's fault. He was a mouthy prick. Nicholas Alexanderson, funnily enough, the idea of getting to the Premier is great, but I found the novelty wears off quickly. I have the fantasy in my head that Wednesday are still a super club and will be again. One day, hopefully. Back when we sold our players to rivals for scraps. We did. Well, that's when we get down to the champ, but we did, yeah. Benito Carboni, Emerson Tome. Oh, he was just superb. Emerson Tome was just fantastic. He really was. You gotta remember there were people in that like Prem team like Peter. Is it Atherton? No, is it Atherton? I can't remember now. But there's also one of the ones I remember was Andy Booth, who had just parted the bloody furniture. Carboni, my favourite player. What was it like? Skillful, mate. Carboni got you off your seat. He got you off your seat. The moment he picked the ball up, he could do things with a ball when you were watching. You were like, how's he done that? I know we will one day get the Prem, but honestly, I'll probably be 50 by the time that happens. Dev Walker, yeah. Peter Atherton, that's it. Thank you. What about Reggie Bunker was a player in our... I thought you were already 50 workout. I'll retire by then workout. Carboni was brilliant. Left every out on... yeah, he was just... The season when he went to Bradford... And you saw him in a Bradford kit, and then you saw him in like a Villa kit as well. It felt sick. It felt sick. I'm very grateful being able to watch Dougal play for us. World Cup winner, play for us. Oh, God, yeah. Ageism. Any love being Nolan? Yep. Oh, God. You're going back some now. I do remember play. It wasn't Prem, but it was early. What would have been the Coca-Cola Championship or something of that nature. I think that's what it was called. Dippy 80. He only did one. He was only with us for a short time. I remember that absolute screamer overhead kick from outside the D. It was incredible. Also Derby County. Yep. Well, 18. Ian Dev Walker, Andy Hinchcliffe, Mark Pennington, Waddle. I hated Andy Hinchcliffe. Andy Hinchcliffe did my head in. Peter O'Donnell, rest in peace. We bought so many Celtic players back in the day as well. Dan Patricia was an absolute baller too. Why we sold in Chelsea? Oh, it was stupid. Worko with 33, but mentally 13. Mark Bright, David Hurst, yep. Remember being in all watching the warm-up for Di Canio and Carboni, pinging the ball from one side to the other. Amazing. Well, you know what? No, Falco. That's basically what you get with people who watch like people like Foden and Kevin De Bruyne now. When they're watching that back and forth. Club legend Dan Pearce. I hated Dan Pearce. I hated Pearce at Wednesday. I won't lie. I hated him. Simon Donnelly, yeah. Workers now. He was Prem. He was Prem, thank you. I thought he was just Prem. It wasn't. Did he? He was in the last season we went down, wasn't he? 99 season. Percy was lovely at the Blues. We got him at the wrong time. Great player, but we got him at the back end. And that was the problem. Great point. I used to turn up early to watch Chris Waddle warm up. Dan Pekescu was awesome. Pekescu was absolutely awesome. But we had some good players back then. We had some really good players back then. And the thing is, then you look at what we went and built and stuff. And I remember for so long, like when they started bringing in on the FIFAs, like you could play in leagues. The first time they started bringing proper teams in was the last one we actually left, and then they brought it back in like 2003, 2004, where you could go down the line. Windjong was a waste of time. He wasn't great, Windjong, I remember him. I was so hyped when we signed Leroy Lita. What a strike he was, yep. Everyone raves about him, but honestly, Andy Booth was dreadful. Hated Andy Booth. Big Viv. Ran about a lot. He had a good head on him, though, mate. He could sing club. Fun fact, do you think, with Stevie May, I liked Stevie May so much I got his name on the back of a shirt, and I always think I cursed him for that. Mike Dredd, now that's over, Worko was old enough. Any better young... The good old days of the 90s. Yeah, the 90s were fun. The 90s were absolutely fun because it felt great. But again, I always blame Danny Wilson and the owner for fucking our club up there because he just kind of bollocked it. I remember really being excited when Lita Micah again. I had a few. What's Lee Nova try and play? That was my Goose. Did you have John? Did you have a Finnish lad at your club? You did, didn't you? Was he on loan from Chelsea? Can you remind me who he was? I remember him so clearly. You may have just said his name, actually. I ended up at skill level with absolutely headed it onto foot to good go. Remember my Premier League games? We could play at Hillborough on the PF1. Yep. We don't get shit with names. Crazy to think how bad we've been for the last 20 years. And some of the thinking players. Yep. My Giants jersey and he left. Yeah. Yeah, true. Fun fact, Lee Nolan is a decent coach on Football Manager these days. Stevie May, he was excellent. Same height and weight as Diego Maradona at his peak and didn't have a footballing guilt work. I remember that. We had the epic man. Thank you, that was him. Mika Forsell. Jesus Christ, he was a player and a half. He was excellent. I remember watching him and just thinking he was superb. Take a drink. Only Big P is the one that's not Kurt. Yes, it is, actually. And New Hugh. I got New Hugh. New Hugh wasn't Kurt. Everyone has got go. Everyone has a go at Delphon for what he's done. But the original person who fucked our club with Dave Richards, he ruined us. I agree. Remember when we signed overweight Gary Taylor-Fletcher? I'd rather not. That was embarrassing. It looks like we signed a brickie. Still mental that we had Ross Bartley on loan was fantastic. He really was. Blonde hair guy, quality player. Yep. This is the thing. There were so many good players when you think about it. You know, where were they when we needed them now? Like we've had some thingy we went through. We've had some decent players, but we've never had that like proper quality. When we signed Danny Bath, loved them times. Yep. That was absolute low, yep. I loved him. Best forward I've seen in the blue shirt in 20 years. Still the last player to go 20 goals for. Really? Wow. How long have I been going for? I can't see. An hour, so I will stop soonish. But it's been a good chat. New Hugh Kerr, but only because of rugby fans having a go. I think Chansiri is starting to turn a corner for the better. I hope so, Yeetbeat. I hope so. Clinton Morrison was good. Well, remember when we had Neil Mellor? Neil Mellor for the longest time had the record of being the only player who scored a hat-trick. And then Atty got it at the end of that season with Josh to finally get it. And it was a long time coming. I also remember the iconic duo of David Putton and Giles Coke in centre mid, who basically carried us for that season. Yep, Mikel Antonio gone to lift European Cup. Yep. Jesus, I mean Putton. Hit by mate. And we got further, yeah. Also, imagine how Antonio would have fortunate that. The thing is, it was Stuart Gray who said he didn't want him in his team. It was Stuart Gray that was like, you're gone. If only George Hurst loved the club as much as his dad. Clinton still lives around me from his blue day. Clinton Morrison had an absolute soft spot for Wednesday. He really did. He loved his time here. I've got a lot of time for Clinton Morrison. He's a lovely bloke. He really is. He's got time for everyone. It's interesting when you go down the list of players of clubs that you've watched and stuff like this, and then you look at some of the players now in the division, you always think about what it is. Mackay back, Steve McLean, 2-2, and the rest is history. Yep. Lee Talbot. What was the other one who came up the other day? Lee Trundle at Swansea. Remember how good Lee Trundle was? I thought it was Mandarin selling him to pay some of the bills. No, it wasn't. Stuart Gray, Mikel Antonio did a interview where Stuart Gray said he didn't want him anymore. I love Clinton too for a knife. Stuart Gray literally turned around and said, "You're not part of my plans. I'm selling you." Literally, it was a Stuart Gray decision why we didn't we let him go. Steve Howard, yep. There've been some cracking players over the time at Wednesday, and to what I say, we have to try and look forward, because we can look in the past and we can dwell on the past. We can think of past glories. We can go through all that kind of stuff. But here's the thing for me. We have to go forward. We have to look at what we do next. Giles the Builder. You know what? In hindsight, I'm glad we didn't keep Gary, the manager, and went with Carlos. Always remember Morrison Prem days allowed that number 10 shirt. He had 19 shirt and had a little sign between the number true story. That, oh, right. I didn't know that. It's a shame because we had a great coach again for us. I loved Asias. Asias' son is now playing, Mike, if you want to feel old. Asias' son is now playing. It's like the other day when we were looking at things the other day, like Reader Johnson went back to Plymouth recently. Kind of thing. And it's like we got him from Plymouth and he became a cult hero with us. And 34 people watching, 26 likes. Get those likes up, please. I much appreciate it. I will always have a... I remember sending you that, mate. Yep. I thought it was you that sent it me. Makes you feel old, doesn't it? Clinton's first Prem goal was for Palace against Wednesday. It was. I think the thing is, we can look at the past and go, we had some great players. And now we have to start figuring out where we find the next one of them. And it's gonna be difficult because we know what the situation we're in. But guys, I have been going for an hour. Thank you for watching tonight. Like I said, we will be doing a stream after the QPR game tomorrow, because I want to just see where the state of play is. I think I'll call it the state of play. So we know what's happened, and it won't be long. It'll be about 30 minutes-ish. Well, I say that. I always say they'll be short, and they don't end up being. What about Burton O'Brien? Oh, Burton O'Brien was very good. He was very good. There was another one. Was there like Brian Murphy? I think he's at Man City coaches. We need to unload Poofy. I think he's some best. I think that it's not a bad shout on that one. Poofy is definitely one we need to do. Anyway, I could sit here all night talking about past players, current players, and stuff like that. But thank you for watching tonight. I'm gonna just leave a little plug here to this one. Have a good weekend at Football Side. Yep, you too. Talking Wednesday podcast. Go give it a watch. Go give it a listen. We appreciate it. Me, James, Jack, we worked very hard on it, and we really want to keep doing well. Cheer Punk and crew. Stay confident. Follow ours, and maybe Sunday bring us 3 points. Bye all. See you, Jez. Barry Murphy. That's it. Barry Murphy now the academy manager at Man City. But have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.